guys, Ash here coming at you today in Clash Royale with the final balance changes. Of course, they were work in progress, the video that I brought you guys a few days ago. First off, apologies, guys. I owe you an apology, legitimately. I put out that video. I put an ad, like a 3-minute ad and like a 10-minute video. So the ratio of content to advertisement in that video, it sucked. It sucked. I'm sorry, it was a timeline thing, but it was a crappy move to do. So genuine apologies on my behalf that time. But back to the balance changes, guys. I want to give a massive shout out to Royale API. I'll have their website linked. I'll have the Twitter linked where you can find this post and share it with all your friends. You can use creator code Royale API to support them as well. They have a nice little graphic giving the big update here. So let's just go through these one at a time, talk about them, right? So number one, we have the big rebalance to the rework, excuse me, to the Barbarian Hut, right? Spawn time from 10 to 14 seconds. Spawn count from 2 to 3, lifetime from 40 seconds to 30 seconds, death spawn from 2 to 1, total spawn from 10 to 8. I'm going to be real with you guys. I'm going to be totally real. No idea what this will do, but I hope it doesn't do anything that good for the card, right? I hope it doesn't, man. But that's the rework. Let me know, guys. How do you feel about the rework to the Barbarian Hut? I can't really make sense of it. It's the spawn time, 10 to 14, the spawn count from 2 to 3, but the lifetime from... There's too many factors that are changing for me to really figure out if it's better or worse, right, on that rework. I'm not a big Barb Hut user anyway, so I don't know. You guys care? Do you guys even care about it? The buff to the Gobos from 3 to 4, they're no longer doing it. Womp womp. I was kind of excited about that one. They're also cutting out the Knight. No more buff to the Knight. Here's what they said, right? Buffs to the Knight and the Goblins have been removed because there was an issue with interactions that would require a client update. HP nerfs for Cannon Car, as well as Mortar will still happen, though their values will be less than before, which we'll get to in just a moment here. But that's kind of interesting, huh? It would require a whole client game update. Those client updates when you have to go back to the App Store and download the game again, you know, or update the game. So they're holding off, it sounds like. It sounds like they want to. My thing is and maybe I'm just too dumb to know, but like, what is the interaction, especially with the Knight getting 3% HP buff that would mess things up so much to require a client update? I'm not a programmer, and I'm not smart, so I'm just going to leave that to you guys, the pros. Okay, next up, we do have the Spear Goblins. The Spear Goblin count in the Goblin Gang is going to go from 2 to 3. I have a video going out tomorrow, longer video, a much longer video with an ad in it. I love you guys, I'm sorry. 15% faster attack in all forms on the Elixir Golem. That is staying. I'm scared about that one, especially as it pertains to Elixir Golem and Rage, because that 15% faster attack in all forms, it just compounds and gets even dirtier and messier and just disgusting when it's under Rage. The HP nerf to the cannon went from 14 to 8. I'm actually a big fan of that one. Big fan of that, because I think it did need a nerf, but 14% is freaking massive, you know? Same thing with the destroyed form of the Cannon Cart. I'm glad about that too, because I think the Cannon Cart is a great, really strong card, but I don't want to see that card dead or killed or nerfed too hard, right? The HP of the Mighty Miner minus 8%. Personally, I'm cool with that one. They're also going in and nerfing the Mortar only by 7% instead of 13%, so they certainly heard a lot of community feedback. So keep it up, guys. Keep tweeting at Clash Royale. Keep giving your feedback. Make your voices heard on Reddit, especially. I know they pay a lot of attention to Reddit. And then the last one is that the first hit speed of the Royal Hogs, 60% slower. That one is, to me, a pretty significant nerf. But I saw that on the last video in the comments, you guys were kind of divided on that one. Some of you were like, Ash is not that big of a deal. Royal Hogs will still be OP. Me, I err on the side of thinking that, yeah, that's a pretty significant nerf to the Royal Hogs, because I just know that first hit speed, it has a bigger impact historically than one might think when they do that to a card, when they either nerf or buff it in that way. So anyway, guys, we don't need to make this video any longer than it needs to be. Thank you so much for watching. Really appreciate each and every one of you guys. Massive shout out to Stutts Royale, channel partner here as well. I'm going to be doing some tournaments with Stutts Royale, so be on the lookout for those coming very soon. A lot of information and a lot of cash to be won. So again, more info on that pretty soon. Thank you so much for watching, and as always, take care, guys.